Oh, you're right, guys. You're on a bit of a wonk there because I've got you stuck up on top using my phone. Believe it or not, on top of my, is it a pot-belly stove? Which has got a can on it, etc, etc, etc. Anyway, so, this little bit here is what I call my office. Now, obviously, sorry about the lighting. We're doing this on my phone. And I thought, right, there seems to be a lot of interest in the woods, which is nice, so we're going to do stuff. And I'll be uploading some more videos. But I just thought, well, one of the things I could do is I could show you some of the gear I bring down every time I come down here. Because I never know what it is I'm going to... I come down to do one thing and end up doing 10 others. It's amazing. But yeah, so I bring all my tools down. Now obviously I don't leave stuff here. It don't take a brain surgeon, you know, to work out where it all is and da-de-da-de-do. I will let you know there are security cameras everywhere though, and that's no word of a lie. But yeah, it's the kit I bring down. So this bag is the bag that I bring down here all the time. And it's a 511 patrol bag. And it's just perfect to store all my kit in. So I'll try not to waffle too much. And you're going to say to me, why have you got so many knives? Ask a chef the same question, you'll get the same answer. It's because a knife does a particular job. So anyway, it's a 511, yeah? Loads of little compartments on it. Up the front here, it's just a little pruning saw, a little hand saw. Now, I love silkies. Silky saws are brilliant, and Laplanders. But for the amount of wood that I'm chopping when I'm chopping, you go through blades, and that's so expensive. So I've found out that buying these little cheapy pruning saws, they do me. You know, they do me. So there's a little pruning saw. That's on the front there, in a little pouch that I made. I've got nothing fancy, but my axe. Everything's got red tape on it because if I leave it on the floor, I've got a tendency to lose it. So red tape, I can see it, yeah. So I've got myself a little axe. I don't particularly like using axes. I've got to be honest. I'd rather use what I call my tank, and I'll introduce you to my tank in a minute. But just a tiny little axe, if I'm going to take some like little limbs off or anything, or split some wood, etc. And this little knobble, see a little knobble on the end, that is reams upon reams upon reams upon reams of like sticky tape, electric wire tape, or whatever you call it, insulating tape. That's it, because my hand like kept slipping off, and you don't want this thing to go flying through. I tried using a landline, whatever it is, but that was just as dangerous because it made it swoop. So, well, anyway, there's my little axe. That's my little axe that I use. It's only a really small one. I got that from the bushcraft store. That's a good shop. You ever get a chance in Tottenham, London there, just off of the A10, I believe it is. So there's a little plug there for the bushcraft store. So there's my little axe. Got that. Right. That lives down the side. And of course, like with these like patrol bags, you can do anything you want to them, and they're so strong. Like you can kick them around the floor. They're as good as gold. In the front, in here, I've got the stuff that I brought down. Have a look. We'll discard that. Beer can, essential piece of equipment if you're in the woods. You've got to have a beer, haven't you? Right, put that down. Right. Don't tell the wife. She's all right. So, in the front, I put down the tools I think I'm going to need for that day. And it's a little pair of wire cutters, because as I said earlier, I like to cut up some galvanised wire to make like a little fence. There's a little bit of, they used to call these tough cuts, yeah, to cut through bits and pieces that I had. What else have I got in here? A couple of carabiners. There's a decent pair of pliers, like to twist everything, and then the leather gloves. Because what you don't want, when you cut through this galvanised stuff, it's like barbed wire, and like bang goes in your hands. Oh man, you know, I saw. So that's what's living in the front. And then when I get home, because I'm not using those, I'll take them out. But my basic kit is the saw, axe, my tank, and some other bits. Right, the tank. What's the tank, Dave? What's the tank? Well, the tank, you might have seen it in some of the other videos I've done ages ago. It's a British Army survival knife, issued survival knife. And there it is there. You've got the little numbers on the side. Now, that's not the original handle. I put like leather winding round it, because I've got hands like shovels. So something I can grip. And then I've got a little lanyard, different colour. There's red tape everywhere. So with this, I mean, I prefer this over an axe. This will chop anything. It will take a tree down if you've got the time to do it, but it will hack through anything you want. I dig holes with it if I've got to, do stuff with roots, etc. Brilliant, brilliant thing. I mean, you can buy these. What's Andy's website? Oh, we'll not find out. But you can buy these, and they're relatively cheap. Obviously bearing in mind knife laws, etc., etc. So that's knife number one. Yeah, my tank, as I call it. You can beat the hell out of this. It's brilliant. Comes with its own sheath. I've got a ferrocerium rod. All my knives basically have got a ferrocerium rod nearby. So there's a ferrocerium rod there. There's a little pouch on the front, and in there I think I've got like a little pen knife, just in case. I've got knives everywhere. Just in case I need to. It's a multi-tool. It's a Leatherman multi-tool. Oh, you know what a Leatherman multi-tool looks like. But it's in there, and I can use that because it's got little screwdrivers and things. If I'm putting wood together with screws, I bring down my power tools, blah 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 blah. Right, that's that. There's little pouches inside, under here, where I've got cable ties, bits of cordage and stuff. Knife number 2, if we exclude the Leatherman, which has obviously got a blade on it. Yeah, but this is like a more, I think it's the, what's this? It's like a Swedish name. I can't remember what it is, but it has like the, it's got like the bevel at the end there. Obviously like for cutting string, chopping feather sticks and things like that. I'll use that one for. Got a Kydex sheath, that lives in there. Everything is secure to my bag so it don't fall off. Up top, a couple of carabiners, and I've colour coded all my little tags. So I know this tag belongs with that tag, this tag belongs with that, so I'm not trying to pull tags all over the place. So we've got little pouches here. In there, I've got a tiny little multi-screwdriver, just in case I need one. Bits of tape, come in handy for plasters and things like that if you need it, and everything else that tape comes in handy for. On this side, this is all fire lighting kit. So in there I've got petroleum jelly and, or Vaseline as we know, and cotton wool. I've got a lighter, obviously, and some of these like little briquette things, fire starters, so I can get myself like a brew going if I want. I'm in a woods, and there's obviously like rules and laws about having structures and toilets and this, that and everything else. Yes, I could have like compostable toilets and things like that, but you need planning permission, do. So what I've got is a composting toilet, but it's one of these ones like you get in a caravan, can't remember what they're called now, but anyway. So what I do is I use that, and when it's full I take it home and it goes down the loo like it would do anyway, and then I'll top it up and bring it back. Anyway, just in case if I'm right over there and I kind of got to go, then it's get the tank out, dig an hole, away you go. It's never happened. It's never happened. But I think it's just better say sorry, I suppose. Right, anyway, main pouch. This is where it all falls all over the floor and I can't do anything with it. I keep for some no bleating reason, I've got loads of these like leather gloves. And if I see a pair of leather gloves in my garage, I just put them in bags. I think, oh, I've left them out. Because I've got so many looking the same. And I end up with like 10, 15 pairs of gloves. So every now and again I have to empty them. But anyway, got my hat. As my wife says, well, can't you speak properly, Dave? I do. I'm from South London. That's how we speak. Anyway, so, yeah, got to get that. I've got myself a chamal. I've got another hat. You see what I mean? I see it laying around, I think, I'll put it in my bag. Right, I'll tell you what, shall we do a Benny Hill? See how many bloody hats we've got. So I've got my chamal. Yeah. So, thousands of uses for that thing. Thousands of uses. Throw that down there. Now this, I showed you in another video. I don't know if you've watched it or not, but, you know, it's in there somewhere. This is my shower. It's basically a dry bag, you know, like you get camping. And it's got a nozzle on the end, and it hangs in my tripod, and I sit there and I have my shower. So that's that. Right, this is my BK. Right, this is my main cutting tool, my main knife. BK7. Yeah, so BK7. An interesting point. BK, the name BK came from the guy that invented this thing, and allegedly he killed a bear with one. Yeah, so it's a bear killer, and that's how he got the name BK. There again, I've put like a little leather handle on it, red tape, great red tape. This thing is brilliant. It's my go-to knife. I use it for just about everything, apart from digging, because it's got like a nice edge on it. I've put a nice edge, and so you can take off limbs, everything. Use that for everything. So that's the BK7. I love this thing. I love that. Yeah, got its own little sheath, and it's got a belt. So rather than carrying my bag around, I just put the belt on. I've got my knife. Off I go into the woods and do my bits and pieces. So what's that, knife number 3, is it? So that lives in here as well. I've got loads of cordage, all different sizes, all different diameters, different tensities. Is that the word? Tensities? Snapping strains? Because I use a lot of it here. Take these bleating things off because it's too hot. Yeah, so I use a lot of like cordage, cable ties and things like that. So that's that bit done. How long has this video been going on? I don't want to bore you senseless, don't you? But yeah, so that all lives in there. I don't know if you can see it there. Can you see this? That's me spork. Is it a spork? You know, where it's a fork and a spoon? Titanium, and it's just on the side. So if I make myself a cup of tea, I know where it is, because I put things down. I think, where did I put that? And 3 weeks later I'll find it, you know, next to the other thing that I lost. Yeah, that is basically my everyday bag for coming down the woods. And if I need anything else, you know, chainsaws and rakes and da-di-da-di-do, then I'll bring them down as and when I need them. So yeah, this is my, I don't think you see much of it. So what else we got here? Like I say, all this goes home with me. This is all me forestry gear. I'm getting ready to like, have a wash and go to bed sort of style. Me jackery, can you see the jackery? That's the 500, I think it is. Man, these things are good. They are really, really good, really good. I can run my cable-less drills, saws, everything off of this, the 500. It really is good. I've got myself a little radio. I've got my classical FM. You can see the aerial. Yeah, so that's there. What else we got? Oh yeah, look, these are the leather gloves. Like they're cheap as chips, these things. They're proper calfskin leather. And I think they were about 3-4 quid from a garden centre. And I thought, well, let me a few of them. So I bought about 10 pairs of them. You know, they was like a couple of quid they were. And now the extra large. Yeah, really good. But I'll go like, and I put them in the bag. And then I'll see something, put them in the bag, put them in the bag. Freaking hundreds of epoxy bloody gloves. My little Buddha, my old crewmate, she bought me that come back from the Little Buddha, you know. Myself, I like to practice like Taoism, basically. So, not completely and fully, but it's the only sort of philosophy that makes sense to me, given the job that I used to do, and you know, and what happens to people. A little book on trees, because I don't know me trees. You'd have thought I did, but I don't. Right, anyway, I'm waffling now. I've got a globe over there. I always wanted a globe, and you can see it. Globe of the world. I just find that kind of nice to look at. I'm sad like that. And my old neighbour, he kind of let me have it indirectly, because when he sold his house and moved, he left that in his like I used to call it his pub. He's got this big wood cabin thing in his garden, and lovely it was, pool table, a lot, telly, blah blah blah. And of course he left all that. New people bought it, and they didn't want it. The new people, I'll have it. I'll have anything. I don't throw nothing away. Little cooler box, and of course, what we need to have in a cooler box is one of these, or loads of these, because you can come down to the woods. This is my little sanctuary, and oh, I love it. I'll come down here. I can have myself a beer. I can have a beer at home if I wanted, but it's just a chill out zone, isn't it? It's just a chill out zone. And of course none of it comes cheap. It's costs a lot of money. It don't make me a part-time millionaire either. You know, when I retired, I got me lump sum like people do. Bearing in mind I paid into it for God knows how many years. You still get taxed. They can leave it for nothing. But I know the lump sum, that was tax-free, but it was a long while ago now. Well, anyway, and yeah, this woodland come on the market. I thought, man, that's a lot of money, but you only live once, didn't you? You do only live once. It'd be nice if you did have a dry run and then come back, but there we are. So, you be good, you be safe, you keep smiling. We'll do some more of this woodland stuff. Like I say, we'll do some bushcraft stuff. We'll make cordage out of the nettles. All that old sort of gear. You know, you got any suggestions, just put them down in the comments and we'll crack on with it. I've had some nice feedback already, and it's kind of cheered me up, because I was very dubious about putting this on YouTube. You know, I thought, well, should I? But no, why not? Like, if it can make someone's day, make you smile, then let's do it. So, you be good, you be safe, you keep smiling. Cheers guys, loves ya, family, etc. I'm going to listen to me classical FM now. Yes, he listens to classical FM. Big softy. So, guys, bye.